There we go. That squares me up nicely. I see my big giant head. Hello, everybody. It is Big Ed Mustafa. It's Friday night, and that means it's time for Adventures After Dark. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here, and I appreciate all of you being here and or watching the replay on YouTube later. We had almost 300 views again from last week's stream on YouTube. I'm glad everybody gets a chance to, enjoy Lotro vicariously even after the stream's over. I know not everybody gets a chance to watch it live, and I just appreciate the views. Thank you. I'm on Mandalinia. She's a rune keeper. She's an elf. She is level 107, and she is in Pelargir. I've worked my way across central Gondor, getting ready to head east, but I have not yet completed all the quests within Pelargir, so thought I would work on that tonight. Puppet Box checking in. Hello, Puppet Box. How are you doing, sir? I am streaming from Linux again tonight and playing on Linux. And I have to say, I played and streamed The Witcher on Tuesday, and I played and streamed Lotro Saturday and Wednesday from Linux. I've been daily driving it, and it's pretty sweet. There's not really a big difference once you get everything set up and you get your tools installed. And I'm sending out tweets, and I'm clipping photos, and I am running MooBot, and I'm running OBS, and I'm running Discord, and I've got Chatterino up and running. But is the home button in the middle of the bottom bar? I don't even think it is on Windows 11 anymore. They at least made it so you can change that. But there's been a lot of cool tech news. I'll just go ahead and we'll start off by talking about something that's completely not related to Lotro at all. Well, maybe a little. A bit of exciting news. The review embargo is off of the Steam Deck, and Steam is actually, or Valve, I'm sorry, Valve is starting to ship the first earliest orders of Steam Decks this week. People should have them in their hands before next weekend, which means starting at $400, you can be playing Lotro at the airport, in the car, in the park. It's available on a good handheld for the first time, maybe. Gipio checking in. Hi, Gipio. We're just talking about the Steam Deck shipping. Gamers Nexus and Linus Tech Tips both had day one reviews up today. The consensus is SteamOS is a work in progress. Valve still has work that they're doing, but there's 400 plus games that are good to go. A lot of A titles, AAA titles, and while everything might not be perfect and every single feature might not be quite ready to go, they were still quite enthusiastic about it. The day one release is not perfect from an operating system standpoint. It's just user interface stuff. And anything that uses easy anti-cheat probably isn't playable on the Steam Deck yet. I ran into that with Lost Ark trying to play it on Linux. Rocket League is not simpatico with Linux. It runs fine. There's no reason why it can't, other than they don't want Linux or Mac users, because the easy anti-cheat software doesn't work, so they don't want them in the online lobbies. And then clear back in the good old days when I was still playing Apex Legends before Mad Maggie came back, Apex Legends wouldn't run either. So I know that Valve's going to continue to improve game compatibility and try to get some of those games working. But yeah, it finally released today, Gipio. Reviews are up. They did some early hardware reviews and did some teardowns and stuff. but Valve put an NDA on discussing anything operating system related and restricted what games they could look at for early hardware reviews. But now it's wide open. There's no non-disclosure agreement, so the people who have Steam Decks in their hands can benchmark, run whatever game they want to try to run, and talk about the operating system, SteamOS 3. So that's very exciting. And obviously Lotro plays and runs great on Linux. So I haven't seen anybody run it on a Steam Deck yet, but there's no reason to think that the experience wouldn't be excellent.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
So you can have very highly portable Lotro now.
What has become of our lords in the East, I wonder?
And Linus Sebastian from Linus Tech Tips is going to make his Steam Deck his, I think he said, his only computer for the next 30 days. It's got a USB-C port on it, so you can plug it into a dock, use it with a regular keyboard, use it with a regular monitor, and basically use it like you would a notebook or a desktop PC, which is pretty cool. So it'll be interesting to see what that experience is like, but very exciting stuff. The other news that came out that's a little bit overshadowed, Puppet Box and I were ribbing a little bit about Windows 11. There were some early user interface things that Microsoft did that a lot of early adopters didn't care for. Putting the start button in the middle instead of off to the left. Not a big deal one way or another. But, you know, Microsoft listened. They're starting to make some user interface changes. There's a spring 2022 update coming to Windows 11 where they're going to be adding Android application compatibility finally. That was a feature that was promised that was a little bit delayed. So, you know, to Valve's credit, you know, they've got a little bit of polishing to do to their operating system. Microsoft still got a lot of polishing to do to Windows 11, and it's been out for 6 months. So we've got hungry refugees to feed. They're making some other changes to Windows 11. I think it was make sure you don't say the wrong. PC World, the full nerd people, they had a news blurb on YouTube. They're some of the folks I watch on a regular basis. And they had some of the news items about the Windows 11 features that are getting added for spring 2022. So I hadn't seen that in a lot of other places. That might be worth going out and looking if you're curious about Windows 11, or if you've already gotten Windows 11 and you're figuring out how to live with it.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Orders to the guards, hungry refugees. We're getting folks fed. It's all good. Hard Hit checking in. Hello, Hard Hit. That is exciting. Has there really been any handheld console not created by Nintendo or Sony? There are a number of handheld PC consoles from different Asian manufacturers, and when they did the hardware reviews, Linus Tech Tips, I think, and Gamers Nexus both compared the Steam Deck to some of those. What makes the Steam Deck different is two things. Primarily, one is it's half the price of a lot of the Asian handheld PCs, and then it's the only one on the market that's got the new AMD RDNA2 graphics in them. AMD's just starting to ship these APUs with the RDNA2 graphics. Apparently the Xbox Series S and Series X have had them, and the PlayStation 5. But other than those two consoles, these are the first of the RDNA2 APUs that have the new graphics. and they're starting to ship it in the new notebooks for spring also. So up until now, your integrated graphics were Vega, and Vega got kind of a bad rap because it was late to market and it wasn't as fast as people were hoping. But people forget, like, the Vega 56 card was good enough, cool enough, and efficient enough that NVIDIA had to release, I think it was the GTX 70 Ti, just so they could still claim superiority. That card was basically just a GTX 1080 that they were selling at a discount so that AMD couldn't claim a market segment. And the Vega cards have actually aged pretty well too. If you go back and you watch like some of the gaming benchmarks and things, and Gamers Nexus or Hardware Unboxed will do benchmark comparisons when a new card comes out. And if the Vega 56 and Vega 64 are still in modern test comparisons, it's surprising how well they've held up. Those aren't the worst cards in the world, but you can't buy them because they also crypto mine really well. So it's not like there's been a bunch of them people have been trying to sell so they can upgrade away from them. They're still quite valuable. But yeah, the new RDNA 2 integrated graphics and some of the chips should be what the biggest benefit's probably power efficiency. Although when you're talking about APU class chips, the Vega stuff is still pretty efficient there as well. I built a number of APU based systems for friends using like the Ryzen 5 2400G. When the 3400G came out, it really wasn't a lot different than the old chip, and there wasn't. You could get the 2400G for $30-40 less than the 3400G when they were both available, and there really wasn't any benefit to spending the extra money. Mrs. Mustafa, of course, has a 5600G with no graphics card in it, and she's got Vega 7 graphics, 7 compute cores, which I'm not even going to bother to do the math on how many shaders and stuff that is. It doesn't really matter. But I was able to play a number of games at very high frame rate. In fact, one of the things I thought would be fun to do is sometime I would like to play and stream Lotro from Mrs. Mustafa's computer and show that chip is fast enough and the video is fast enough. You can play and stream on a system with no video card. I am sure it would do it because it's a very fast CPU with what, by all accounts, is very fast integrated graphics. You wouldn't want to be trying to play Cyberpunk on it, but for esports titles, for games like Lotro, it's more than enough graphics horsepower to crush it. I know Rocket League, I think I was getting close to 60 frames a second at 1080p high quality graphics. And I mean, again, that's no video card, so that's pretty impressive stuff. Hardhit says, "Hey Puppet Box." Kipio says, "Surprised Zinger isn't here yet. This is his favorite segment of Adventures After Dark." Zinger does love it when I talk PC hardware because he falls asleep.
This darkness.
It's like rocking a newborn babe.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
There we go. I think I got 3 to turn in. Collect the lost heirloom. I don't think I've collected the lost heirloom yet. That's okay. But yeah, that's all pretty exciting. So the other big news, of course, is cryptocurrency continues to plummet in value. And the Banner of the King. So let's see what that looks like. Banner Gondor. I can pop out that banner whenever the mood strikes now. So that's kind of fun.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
So we got him covered. We got her covered.
Corsairs, strange
We got her
armies,
covered,
now
okay.
darkened skies.
So everyone should be happy. Now do I need to go talk to somebody else? Let's see if I can go find this lost heirloom. Well, and when I stream, you know, I'm on an old Ryzen 2700, and, you know, Chromites always preached, don't use your video card for encoding, do it in software because it looks a lot better. And I'm always trying to maximize the video quality of my stream as best I can. Oh, missing heirloom. There it is. I clicked on that and must have walked away, or I don't know what happened. So we've collected the lost heirloom. What was I prattling on about? Anyway, so use H.264 software encoding. Don't use NVENC or AMD hardware encoding because it doesn't look as good. And that 6-core, 12-thread Zen 3-core APU, the 5600G, tons of processing power. I mean, that's a really good chip.
Darkness covers the sky.
It's a little slower in gaming benchmarks than like the 5600X. It has half the L3 cache. But, alright, let's go talk to him. He's across the bridge. But other than that, I mean, you know, you're not going to get the frame rates you would on the highest end chips, but that APU's $240 if you catch it on sale. I mean, it's the budget Ryzen processor everybody's been clamoring for, and then when they came out with it, all the hardware reviewers were like, nope, too expensive. It's like, really? Zen 3 with Vega graphics included for... They started out, I think it was a $279 chip, and they've actually been selling on sale. Although, if you get one for a project, make sure you get a motherboard with a BIOS that can be flashed without a CPU. I ran into that with Mrs. M's setup, and what was funny about it was I didn't realize I'd even bought a motherboard that had a flashable BIOS, but I was able to upgrade it. We're going to go say goodbye, apparently. So yeah, that was the whole thing. A lot of the motherboards that are sitting out on shelves, the B550 and X570 boards, they're older than the 5600G and 5700G. So if you buy one of the new APUs with a motherboard, you'll probably have to flash the motherboard. And if you don't have a Ryzen 3000 series chip, you know, a 3600, 3600X, 3700X, those Zen 2 chips, you're not going to have a CPU that'll even work on the board. The 500 series boards are only Zen 2, Zen 3. They can't run Zen or Zen Plus processors. So yeah, I thought that was going to be a real pain in the tuchus to get working. And fortunately, It's like, oh, I accidentally bought a board with a flashable, upgradable BIOS, so I was able to fix the problem fairly neatly. But yeah, cool stuff. With the crypto coin prices crashing, I've heard predictions that video cards are going to start getting dumped soon. I wouldn't hold my breath. I think if the crypto coin prices stay where they're at or continue to fall, we're still looking at about 6 months for the video card market to either collapse or at least come back out of the ether. Are you currently on streaming on Linux again? Yes, and I am delighted that you can't tell. Now, I made the comment right before you got here, Gipio, that I streamed on Linux Saturday and Wednesday, and then Tuesday I streamed Witcher 3 from Linux. I've been on Linux all week. I haven't really hardly gone back to Windows for anything. And it's nothing wrong with Windows. Windows 10, I've got a nice Windows 10 setup. I like it. I can boot between whatever operating system I feel like it will. But I've been gaming and streaming on Linux, and I've been, watching YouTube videos and surfing on Linux, and I'm doing more and more daily driving on Linux. Now there are games. Sunday night I played and streamed Rocket League. Well, you were there. We were playing with Freelancer, and I can't do that from Linux because Epic.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
They use easy anti-cheat, so it's not compatible yet. I don't know if they'll get it done or not, but it would be nice. Tommy Lawless checking in. Big Ed, how's your evening? It is going good.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
We were just talking about computer hardware and the Steam Deck reviews coming out today. And you can actually play Lotro on the go if you get a Steam Deck. And it sounds like Valve's still got some polishing to do on the operating system, but overall everybody's pretty excited about it. And then speak with Theralore. Okay, where's he at? This way. We were talking about the Windows 11 Spring 2022 update, and Microsoft's adding in the Android app compatibility feature, and some other nice updates and things. So it looks like Windows 11 might finally be starting to come around. I don't really know anybody who's running it themselves, and I haven't really checked out Windows 11 yet. But spoke with Theralore. Investigate the area near the river gate. Okay, I can do that. I'm buying a computer off Facebook Marketplace tomorrow. Cool! Yeah, and we were just talking about how video card prices should come tumbling down. I've heard in a matter of weeks. I tend to believe it's probably going to be maybe in a number of months. There's just too much pent-up demand for them to plummet. It's not like you'll be able to get an RTX 2080 Ti for $300 next week. Am I looking for somebody? Oh, I think I need to go all the way over against the wall. That's okay. Nice place to fish. There's a daily repeatable to come here and fish for pike off of the docks. Stray note on the ground catches your attention. Alright, where's the stray note? Catches my attention, but I don't see it. Oh, there's been one little puzzle. For some reason, I cannot hold down the Alt button and use a stack of things, like item rep items, which is actually a big thing in Central Gondor. And we don't know why. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to be working in Linux. But There's the note. Apparently the note is incriminating. I sold a computer on Facebook Marketplace. In fact, let me fight these guys real quick and I'll tell you all about that. We'll give our first shout out of the night to Dan O'Kiles. Oh, good for him. He's playing Elden Ring. I sold a 1700X with a 240mm all-in-one water-cooled setup. And it had an NVIDIA GTX 1660 card in it. 16 gigs of RAM. Nice setup. Modular EVGA power supply. And Dano drove a couple hours to meet me here in Omaha. I think he lives out in central Nebraska. And he was streaming Call of Duty Warzone with it. Had to add some RAM. He was running into some trouble. And fixed it mostly by just upgrading to, I think he bought more RAM than he needed. He went to 64 gigs. But my rule of thumb is if you want to play video games, 6 cores, 12 threads, and 16 gigs of RAM will get it done. And if you want to play and stream video games, go to 32 gigs of RAM and an 8-core, 16-thread processor. You just want that little extra bit of headroom so that you can run all of your streaming apps and still play your games at full throttle.
This darkness is a weight on my mind. This darkness is a weight on my mind. There's naught but ill omens these days.
We're going to go fight some ruffians. But he's a good guy, and I'm glad to see he's streaming. Yeah, it's, I guess more big news is Elden Ring is out. I know there's been, I don't know if there's a lot of excitement in the community, but there's definitely been a lot of marketing hype around the game. I haven't really looked at it too much, but if I get a chance, I think I'll probably watch some folks play and stream it this weekend. That's what got me attracted to Twitch in the first place. I was like, I wonder if that game's any good. You know, I can go watch somebody playing it on Twitch and see if it looks fun. And ding, 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 I came over here, started watching people play games I was interested in, and eventually decided, you know, not enough people are streaming Lotro on Twitch. I should probably do that. And you poor miserable people have been suffering ever since. Oh my God, why don't they find somebody better for Friday nights? Why are we still putting up with him after all these years? I don't have the answer to that question, unfortunately, but I'm glad y'all are here. Heard that Elden Ring is good. Other than that, I know very little about it. We could all start a rumor that Amazon's going to do an Elden Ring TV series. Ginger checking in. If we didn't like you, we would watch someone else. Well, thank you, Ginger. I like you too. And in fact, Ginger gets a shout out. She doesn't stream often, but when she does, she makes it count. Tonight's snack right before the stream started. Mrs. Mustafa brought me white cheddar Cheez-Its. She dragged me to the grocery store with her, so I was sure to throw a box in. I don't have to kill any more the destroyed monument of Castamere. Does Elden Ring have anything to do with NBA standout Eldon Campbell? Yes, and his championship ring that he probably hasn't won yet. I used to be a pretty big basketball fan and played in junior high, and then I wasn't tall enough anymore. By my freshman year of high school, I was one of the last guys cut from the freshman team, and that didn't make me not like basketball. I don't know why I quit following it. I think it was the Michael Jordan era. Too much Michael Jordan when I was... I won't say where I was going to school by then, but my friends, a lot of them were Lakers fans, and I was a Celtics fan. You know, Bird versus Magic, that kind of thing. And then, you know, Jordan came along, and the Bulls were so dominant for so long that it made the NBA kind of boring. So I don't know where Eldon Campbell plays or if he's won a championship, but my friend Dwayne, who was a usher at our wedding, he's Dwayne the crazy pigeon guy. He actually races and raises pigeons, aka Dwayne the bug guy. Huge Lakers fan. I once described him as a happily married heterosexual man who wanted to make love to Kobe Bryant. And it was a very sad day when Kobe and his daughter were in that helicopter crash. Dwayne's got hats and jerseys and Black Mamba t-shirts, and that's rough. I was pretty upset the day Charlie Watts passed away. God help me if Mick or Keith, when Mick or Keith passes. I may have to disappear for a couple of days. I don't know how long I will grieve. It's inevitable, but at the same time, not anything I'm looking forward to. So we all have our heroes, we all have our idols, and
this darkness is a weight on my mind.
It's not fun when they shuffle off this mortal coil.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
As Kobe did at far too young an age. Hi, Owen. How the heck are you? He was on the Lakers. Oh, okay.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Calm him and ask his troubles. Cannot rest while my father remains lost, Mandalinia. Know as well as any that I am no warrior, but I must search for my father.
There's naught but ill omens these days. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Alright, let's go find Thandor and turn in some more quests. It might finally be time to bust out of Pelargir. Although I don't seem to have the Pelargir Explorer's Deed done. I did get to see former Lakers head coach Tyronn Lue when he was playing basketball at NU. I scored some tickets to a game and I went with a buddy of mine, and I think my sister was actually going to UNL at the time. And so we picked her up and went to dinner and went to go watch the game. It was good fun. And he was just getting ready to go into the NBA.
There's naught but ill omens.
I think all the
these
fans
days.
were chanting, "One more year, one more year."
There's naught but ill
And he went ahead and
omens
left
these
anyway.
days. There's naught but ill omens these days.
But it's pretty exciting to see how former Huskers are doing in professional leagues. Tyronn won a championship or two and as a coach. And you got Zach Taylor almost winning a Super Bowl with the Bengals this year. He's
There's
a
naught
former
but
Husker
ill
quarterback.
omens these days.
We got a vendor around here. I'd like to vendor some stuff. I think if I go up here and turn right, I might find a vendor. Nope, I have to go across the bridge. I'll just throw stuff away. Too much stuff. Don't worry, Ed. The Minas Tirith plaque scavenger hunts are coming up soon. Awesome. I will look forward to that. Thank you for the encouragement, Gipia. That makes me sad. Plus flower picking. Iowa State mayor now coaches Nebraska, who are a bit lacking. Oh, they're more than a bit lacking. Is that where the basketball coach came from? I didn't even know who our basketball coach was, and when I was watching the news, I think they finally beat Minnesota. It was their first Big Ten win of the year. And it's like, Coach so-and-so. I'm like, I wonder who that is. Oh, that's the Nebraska basketball coach. I don't pay that much attention. Being a Creighton alum, I'm a little more excited about the Blue Jays. Yep, you can keep him. He's right here. Why can't I speak with him? Must have to go speak to a different version of him. We'll ride. What else is exciting? It was my niece's birthday on February 1st, and it was right when I was in the middle of being sick with the stomach flu. And we've put off taking her out for her birthday. Tomorrow we're finally getting it done. And yeah, so that'll be nice. She turned 16, and I asked her, what's something you'd like for your birthday that doesn't rhyme with the word car? And she's like, well, I don't need Apple AirBuds, but some good wireless headphones would be good. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I got her some nice Bluetooth Skull Candy earbuds for her phone.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
We're all going out for dinner. I think we're doing Italian.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Hard hit. Would have been cheaper if she said car. You could have given her a Hot Wheel. Actually, what's funny about that? Somebody from the UK... Oh, I gotta get involved in this fight. Hang on. I got stunned. Anyway, one of the UK watchers last spring actually guessed my Hobbit present. If you're wondering why I don't do this anymore, this is the reason why. And they won a brand new car, and I went out and got it for them. And then I found out it was going to cost me something like $40 to ship this to the UK last spring, which is why it's still sitting on my desk. You know, international shipping just went crazy. Everybody put restrictions on everything. And it was like, I sent him an email. I'm like, or I think it was probably a private message in Twitch. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. It's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. But, you know, if I promise, I deliver. And it was just one of those things that was always just sort of a fun, stupid thing we were doing. I would have sent Zinger his. I would have sent Freelancer his. But, yeah, international shipping. And then I gave away a copy of one of Linda Tepler's books, Champions of Falaral. And somebody domestically won the first copy I gave away, and then Telerian won the second one, and I bought it for him and tried to email him the gift link, and it was like, oh no, he's in Germany. It's like, who the hell cares? It's a Kindle book. It's digital merchandise, and they're like, oh no, because apparently there's an Amazon Germany, and Amazon US can't ship to Germany. They have to order stuff through Amazon Germany. For some reason, it was just stupid. It was like, just send him his book. Who the hell cares? Nope. Oh no, we can't do it. And it turned into a big international incident, and I had to basically just PayPal the amount of the book to Telerian. And it just, some of these giveaways are just more of a headache than they're worth. It's fun to be able to give out stuff and just do fun little contests and things, but you get the lawyers involved and it takes all the fun out of everything. So what do we got? Critical, tactical mastery. Oh. I need one more pack space. Yeah, I definitely don't need that Aer Lingus hide. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, Freelancer's never given me an address to send his new car to, neither is Zinger. I'm pretty sure with all the jokes I made about Zinger being my prison wife, he doesn't want me to know where he lives. And that's okay, I understand completely. I wouldn't want me to know where I live if I could help it. I'm kind of creepy. But to my credit, I have met Magical Ducky, the Cookie Mama, Desert Owl, aka Whirlin97, Ninja Kitty, Maiden of Rohan, now known as simply MJ, and her husband the Fluff, Eldolith, Lady Gun, and Lady Gun's family, and Mrs. Mustafa and I have met all of them IRL, and they're all still alive and in the Lotro community. So, whatever else I am, I might be creepy, but I am not a serial killer. Or at least an online stalker. In fact, that's probably, and I think I joked with Eldolith and Lady Gun when we went out for lunch. I said, okay, now the next time you guys are on stream, you have to say, Big Ed was still pretty creepy, but not quite as creepy as I thought he'd be. That's going to be your ringing endorsement of me. And they laughed. I don't think Simply MJ would actually admit that. No, you're just as creepy as I thought you would be. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. I'm ready to travel east. We'll go do it now. We ride for Eastern Gondor. Speak of the devil. Hi, Freelancer. Your name's already come up a couple times. How are you? I mentioned you, me, and Gipio playing Rocket League Sunday night, and I don't think I talked a lot about Wednesday night's adventures on Evernight, but that was a fun time. Freelancer, Hard Hit, Gipio, 0-32, Gore. Some other friends join us pretty regularly. Zinger wanders by. He hasn't been bothering to play much. I think maybe he just doesn't care about the content we've been doing. We finished Tarling's Crown. We've been doing some roving threat hunting. And Zinger hasn't really seemed like he was too into it, which is okay. But Val and Kalangwath and Bacchus. And yeah, we have a lot of friends who come by and join us as the opportunities allow on Evernight. And Wednesdays are always fun. Oh, I was kind of laughing. I actually tweeted out Wednesday night stream, which I usually only try to promote Lotro stream. I'm not usually that concerned about the numbers on my personal channel. But I tweeted out something about, is the Asian lady sitting on your couch swiping the remote control? Well, do what I did and come and watch Adventures on Evernight. And I found out that if you put an attractive Asian female in your Twitter or in your tweet, yeah, people tend to look at it, so that's not a bad strategy. I kind of borrowed the strategy for tonight's tweet too, so I don't know if it'll make a difference or not, but a little tasteful eye candy and the tweets never hurt anything.
How may I help you, friend?
Urge folks to seek refuge. Run! Run for your lives! Ed wants to send you your free car. Exactly, Freelancer. Got Freelancer's free car right here, and he won't give me an address to mail it to. It's very disappointing. And what's funny about it, I actually bought this before I bought my own car. It is, in fact, a Subaru WRX Impreza. And I'm driving a base model Impreza now, IRL. Because it was the only car I could get my hands on when I desperately needed a car. But I always liked Subarus. I have owned them and been happy with them in the past. Even though my last 3 cars were Toyotas, which I also liked quite a bit. But the Toyota dealer was like, yeah, we might have a car for you in 8 days. And the Subaru's guys were like, yeah, we can deliver this on Wednesday. I'm like, okay. Well, at least we got a vendor. Alright, let's clear out some bag space. Time to start working on the Tedmits, y'all.
How may I help you, friend? I
always wonder if they made their cars ugly on purpose. SVX, SVX Sport Coupe is good looking. The new coupe, what is it, the BRZ? Can't remember the models. Toyota and Subaru make them jointly. It's actually a rear-wheel drive 2-door coupe. And that's a good looking car. If I were younger, dumber, and skinnier, I would have probably gotten one of those. Although I don't think I could fit too many cool radio control airplanes into that. Yep, roving threats of Eastern Gondor. That popped. There's only 3 of those. There's 5 or 6 in Western Gondor, 9 in Central Gondor. And I think there's only 3 of them in Eastern Gondor. Essence Reclamation Scroll, huh? I think I auctioned those. Well, I was hoping I'd find a mailbox here, too. Oh, Singer sent me something. If you want them. Minor Essences of Tactical Mastery. I don't know. Don't. They can now be converted to something for the new system. What can be? Oh, the scrolls? Relic removal scrolls can. I can make that a tracery reclamation scroll. Thank you for the essences, Zinger. I don't know if I'll ever wear essence armor. I like the North Aphelion armor sets you can get, but I can't imagine going out and picking that many flowers. On Arkenstone, I've already picked flowers ad nauseum, so all of my characters who came after Galandriel can just go get the armor. They don't have to pick flowers. But doing it fresh, I don't see putting the time in. Let's send some stuff to Gore. Should be all of the scholarly stuff. Nope, here's some stuff down here. Glad I spotted it. It's all about freeing up the pack space. Let's see what the hobbits have for us tonight. Battle Potion of Restoration. It's fantastic. We'll drink it right now, just to make sure I'm ready for battle. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have used it, I just want the pack space. What else was I looking for? Mailbox. Let's go talk to this dude. By dude, I mean chick. Always remember that voiceover from when Joel McHale was doing Talk Soup. Let's talk about chicks, man. It's like they were trying to offend everybody. And there it is. The task board. It's glorious. Shattered hatchets for the win. Let's get rid of 2 stacks. We're eating on camera. We're sorting inventory. We're doing our task item turn-ins. This is a full-featured stream tonight, y'all. And that's 10. Task limit reached. Remember, boys and girls, do your task items every day. You get experience points, item experience points, reputation points, war steed experience points. You can earn titles, you can earn cosmetics. Most importantly, it gets junk out of your bags. It's a good thing. Oh, I still have to urge somebody to get out of town. Probably over here where this ring is. I must defeat Haradrim's scouts. Collect piles of chopped wood. Val checking in. Hello, Val. Val hung out with us on Wednesday. Much to her shame, she must have been bored to slum it with us. Oh, you don't want to be put in the same corner as Cannibalic and Hard Hit Freelancer. I'd tread very lightly. I didn't want to have to do that, but I need the Scarn. Well, apparently the chopped wood and Haradrim are to the east. So we'll head over this way. Psh, I'm putting on my brogans. Alrighty then. Eastern Gondor is where you finally move up from Aerlingus Scarn to Anorian Scarn. I have a whole bunch of Anorian crafting to do yet, so I gotta start picking up this stuff. I think this town is... I truly don't remember this section. I want to say these are... No, Gondorian defenders. Is this Pelargir? Did I come back? I did. This is Pelargir. I'm not smart. The problem is, when you leave Pelargir, it looks a lot like when you first leave Linhir. And it's a little disorienting because it's almost like being back in Doran Ernal, but it's different. Gotta kill beasties again. There we go. Chopped wood and Haradrim scouts. Is that Chex Mix? White cheddar Cheez-Its. I really need to get a Cheez-It emote made. But then I'd have to talk to Mrs. Mustafa's friend Pam, and she's just awful. She's the one who designed the jumping bass fish emoji, the Ed's Choice Coke Zero can emoji, and the corn cob. And I was blown away at how well they all turned out. She's actually a professional graphical artist, so I shouldn't have been too surprised, but that is not a big canvas to work with. Taking 128 by 128 pixels and shrinking it down to 28 by 28. Haven't had white cheddar Cheez-Its in so long. Me neither. In fact, she hadn't bought any Cheez-Its for a couple of months. Mrs. Mustafa doesn't like anything that brings me happiness or joy, so she probably doesn't like Cheez-Its just on that basis. Hard hit. Why did you shout her out? You know she doesn't like that. Shame on you, hard hit. Okay, I'm going to try to not get all spun around and go back to Pelargir for no reason. Hey, it turns out there's actually an epic battle that's set in Pelargir. We should try it sometime, you guys. Might be fun. Cheez-Its. And who else should we shout out? There we go. I'm going to pronounce it Acer Secrets. Another great Twitch streamer. She raided us Wednesday. Not too long before I was finishing up for the night. And just wanted to thank Acer for that. And recommend you go check out her stream if you haven't done so already. Followers and viewers on Viewers Shop. I'm not even sure what that means. It's Alex OFC. Lotro streamers earn their viewers the old-fashioned way. They earn them. Or in my case, you just try to stream at odd times so there's really nobody else to watch. That seems to help me quite a bit. Oh my god, I'm so bored. Do you want to go play in traffic? Well, that sounds okay, but I guess we could watch Big Ed Mustafa. I'd rather play in traffic. Okay, Kasoda's out. We're gonna go deal with Kasoda. Where is Kasoda and his warband? I'm missing some chopped wood, but I guess we can go fight Kasoda. I'll have to come back for the chopped wood. I don't want Kasoda wandering off too far. Ironfoot Smooch is checking in. Oh god, it's Ed. Exactly. That is everybody's reaction. And rightfully so. There we go. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, the replay looks dark because it is dark. I am out at night in eastern Gondor, and it's dark. I really wish these bucks weren't guarding all of the Enori and Skarn tonight. Oh, I had the funniest experience last night. I don't stream on Thursdays. I was still on... Where's this dang roving threat? I kind of got sidetracked by the Skarn I was picking up. Roving threat. Roving threat. Where'd he go? I was still on Lotra. I was doing task item turn-ins and running some dailies and stuff. There he is. This is a small fellowship group? Alright. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, already dead. Okay. We'll leave those guys alone then. That small fellowship. I'm already out leveling the zone. Yeah, let's try to take them on. Yeah, I'm an idiot. We'll just cancel that outright. Okay. No harm, no foul. I'm kind of right back where I was anyway. In fact, I still need to find some chopped wood, so... Val's gonna lurk because he's got to get something to eat. And hard hit's here, but that's only like 65% of the reason she doesn't want to hang out. Nobody would blame you for avoiding hard hit at all costs, Val. What we need to do is just find you a nice Korean girl who will bring you food while you're, you know, playing online and streaming. Deliver the wood.
There's naught but ill omens these days. This darkness is a weight on my mind. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Oh, the story I was going to say anyway. So last night, I'm just on here, just running some solo dailies and just character maintenance stuff, nothing important. And I'm just getting ready to log off, and Rem hits me up, so I pop over to his voice chat to say hello. And his grandpa, Dio Papa, is on, and I haven't talked to Dio Papa for a while. He had COVID, and of course, I think he's in his 70s, so it's a little bit scarier at that age. He's doing well, though, recovering, says he still gets a little bit out of breath, but feeling good, getting stronger every day, and we're chit-chatting and stuff, and he's just mentions that he's struggling with his legendary items. He got the new legendaries on his character, and he just can't figure out how to do anything with them. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I can help. So I'm like, let me share my screen. And I walk through some of the basics with him, and he's like, okay. And then I get him to share his screen, and I'm trying to watch him because he's like, yep, says I can't reforge anything, but I can't put any of these traceries on it either. Like, well, what level are the traceries? And they were at or below what he should have been using. And I'm like, well... Follow the road north. Okay, I must have been heading back to Pelargir again. So I'm watching him fumble around with his legendaries, and I'm like, walk over to the vendor here in Rivendell, and click on him and go to Reforge, or item forging, or whatever it's called. And he's like, I look, and the reason he can't reforge his stuff, he's on a 125th level character, a hunter. He's got 4 gold pieces, and it costs like 9 gold pieces for him to reforge his legendaries. I'm like, yeah, there's your problem. You just don't have enough money on you. I don't know, he must transfer his gold around from character to character or do something strange. But, I basically just handed him 400 gold. I'm like, here, use this. And I walked him through getting his hunter's bow all equipped out and get the different traceries on it. And I'm like, you want to go to level 121? And, you know, there's 2 different pages. And, having somebody ask you for advice and then ignoring that advice gets frustrating. It's like, look, whatever your primary attack skills are, those are the ones you want to buy traceries for. So if you use quick shot, get the quick shot damage tracery. That should be one of your word of masteries. Oh, well, what about this one? Is that the quick shot one? Yeah, that'd be a pretty good one. I should get that. Yeah, or you could get the quick shot one, and he just wasn't feeling what I was throwing down. It was pretty funny. But I spent a very long time trying to help him through that, and then I was like, yep, and now you get to do the same thing over again with your melee weapon. And on that note, I'm going to head off because you have this down pat, so good luck. but it was kind of a humorously painful process. Alright, search for the source of the moans. It's Lord Surgon. The Lord of Pelagir.
These are troublesome
And
times
Valtheron's
indeed.
dad.
Will we ever see the sun again?
There's naught but ill omens these days. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Travel to Tomb Laden in Upper Lebanon. Okay. We ride. Ah, Mary Rose checking in. Hello, Hobnugget. The best thing I like about Big Ed is his patience, especially when I do something stupid like res him right into the boss. Well, trying to talk Dio Papa into outfitting a legendary weapon with traceries and why you can't reforge them if you only have 4 gold pieces at level 125. It was a good test, Mary Rose. You'd have been proud of me. Did I miss something on the road? Yeah, there should be a right turn up here somewhere. We'll go around him. That squirrel looks suspicious. Now it just leads up here. And this is a cliff. And this leads to a drop off by a river. Okay, why is there no road to get to someplace else? Yeah, I'll need to kill 300 Herodrum. I don't want to do it right now, running up and down this road in particular. And there's more river down here. Ooh, Skarn. I'll always remember Rockspittle for that. Yeah, Rockspittle requires a little patience too. Ooh, Skarn. I'm going to try to not spend too much time collecting Skarn if I can help it, but I like Skarn. Here we go. This looks like it's going to take me to where I'm trying to get. Tomb-Laden. 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 That's not Skarn, that's just weeds.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Oh, kneel before the gate ward and swear your loyalty. Many displaced refugees. I guess I can tag this milestone. Don't really need Lynn here. Well, maybe I do need Lynn here. Not reputation, skills. Let's find our travel skills. I must still need rep in Dunland. Hi, Pookie. Did you want to say hi to everybody?
Mm.
And what would you like? Cheez-Its, Coke Zero? You're not looking at my lint truffles, I hope?
Mm-mm. I already ate 3 of those today.
Bad Pookie.
What is that thing?
What thing? What, the truffles?
Mm. Looked weird.
I'll tell you what's weird is the platypus. It's a mammal that lays eggs. That's just freaky. That's like an Ethan's mom level of creepy. Reproducing in unnatural ways. Doesn't make any sense.
Hello, everyone.
Help me. Mary Rose says hi, Mrs. M, and Ginger says hi, Mrs. M.
Hi, ladies. Do you have enough Coke Zero?
Yeah, I could use another one. Well, this one's about half full. But yeah, if you bring me another one, I'll end up drinking it. It's the caffeine that keeps me going. Where do I not need to go? I want to keep Lynn here because we'll probably be doing roving threats of Central Gondor again. Why I'd need to go to Wildermore anymore, I have no idea. Although Suri Kyla probably even less so. I kind of want to keep that because it's a pain in the tuchus to get there. Galtrev, I need to finish the rep so I can get the travel skill, which I thought I already had, but I don't. That's why I wanted to look at my skills. 21st Hall, again, if I need to go to Moria for any reason, it would be a huge pain on the tuchus to not have that travel point. It just might be time to buy a milestone skill. It's going to cost me about $3.50. All right, I'll do it. Thank you, Pookie.
Did Zinger ever show up?
Oh, I don't know. He might be in here. Although, actually, Friday nights he's usually had other stuff to do, so he might pop by and say hello. He might not.
He doesn't like you very much.
I know. Who can blame him? You married me and you want me dead. The only reason I'm still alive is because you need me to open jars for you.
That's a true story right there.
Exactly. If she ever gets one of those automated easy grip jar openers, I'm a dead man. Hardit said hello.
Hello, Hardhit.
When I whispered help me, he typed blink twice. The fear is real. Supposed to talk to refugees? Yeah, here's one.
As we left Minas Tirith, I saw smoke rising from Osgiliath.
Nosy warrior. Tumladen is kind of spread out and sprawling and a bit of a mess. I always find it difficult to navigate.
This darkness is a weight on my mind. There's naught but ill omens these days.
Collect king's foil and a loaf of bread.
This darkness is a
Talk
weight
to
on
refugees
my
of
mind.
Minas Tirith. Thought I was already doing that. Oh well.
Hello there.
What has become of our lords in the East, I wonder?
My family says that it is dangerous outside.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
They say I am too old to fight.
What has become of our lords in the East, I wonder?
You guys are getting quiet on me. It's probably time to start talking food. Ooh, I found bread finally. I'm just trying to figure out what to play. I hear this Lord of the Rings Online game's pretty good, Ironfoot. You could even level up a character on Evernight. Smooch has actually played with us when we were doing some epic battle stuff. But if you're not doing epic battles and don't have level matching, a little tough to be as far back as he was and still hang with us. You folks have that problem now. You're in good company. Well, if you're not feeling it, I mean, Lotra will always be here when you're ready to come back. So if there's something you're more excited about, Nothing wrong with taking a break from Lotro for a little bit. You don't want to burn yourself out or turn it into a chore. Run into folks on Evernight who are just as bad of alcoholics as I am. Well, and what's funny, I understand alcoholism. I mean, it's just, but like with you, Mary Rose, correct me if I'm wrong, and I think Ginger might be a little bit of the same way. How many of your characters are minstrels, and how many of them are hobbit minstrels? It'd be one thing if you had this huge variety of different characters on different servers with different specialties, but like if you have 40 hobbit minstrels, Freelancer says, I can quit making new characters anytime I want. Ginger says, I only have a few of those. I thought you had a lot of minstrels, though, Ginger. Am I wrong? I'm usually wrong most of the time, so it's okay if I am.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Like Dio Papa, who I was helping with his legendaries last night, almost always plays hunters. I've forgotten how many, but I have 1 high elf and 2 dwarf minstrels, but half of my characters are indeed hobbits. And a fair number, more than a fair number, are minstrels, aren't they? Jumbo95 says, what is the PC requirements for Lotro? They're pretty low. It's a 15-year-old game now. Although they've kind of updated some of the graphics. There's a 64-bit client finally. You'd have to have a pretty old PC to not be able to run this well. If anybody actually knows what the official hardware requirements are, feel free to post them. I honestly don't know off the top of my head. Ooh, Angbor's here. Let's see what he's got to say.
Work here.
Find the crossing, defeat Haradrim. I can do that. Oh, that's the roving threats guy. Alright, let's go find some King's Foil, I guess. Thank you, smooches. Core 2 Duo or Athlon 2. 2 gigs of... Oh, 2 gigs of memory. Hard disk space, 32 gigs. GeForce 7000 series or HD 3000 series. I can tell you that I was running an HD... These are really old recommendations. I was running an HD 4830, which was a pretty high-end video card when it got released. That was AMD's, or maybe it was ATI's third fastest card. And I updated to an HD 7000 series after Riders of Rohan came out. So I think a 7000 series card would be the lowest end I would consider trying to play on. But if you've got older PC hardware, this is a good game. Also, I hate to keep mentioning this and just sounding like a broken record, I am playing and streaming from Linux, so you don't even have to have Windows to play the game. Yeah, it plays and streams good from Windows, it plays and streams good from Linux, it runs good on older hardware. Singer's missing all this useful information. He does so love all the PC hardware talk. See, Mary Rose, you got to be more like Ginger and mix up the races and classes. If you're going to have a lot of alternate characters, make them a wide spectrum of characters so you can play whatever you're in the mood for.
Hot oven for 25 minutes. Cook's Country, Brian's.
Singer checking in. Thank you. I need a good lullaby. Mrs. Mustafa was just asking if you were here, Singer. I said no. She said he hates you. I said I know.
Okay, Brian on Cook's Country just made this capricola, pepperoni, prosciutto. Had 3 meats in it.
And what was it?
It was a bread.
Oh yeah, the
from Brooklyn.
The Brooklyn bread, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need that immediately.
That would be good. I need more King's foil. Apparently there's some this way. Singer showed up, honey. He says, well, hey-o to her. So he might hate me, but at least he still likes you.
That's because we watch the same shows. Sort of. Kinda. Not really. I've been watching Rifleman a lot. And Sherlock Holmes.
And what mystery shows have you been watching besides Sherlock? You were on a BritBox kick for a while. I know you were watching a lot of Death in Paradise.
Death in Paradise.
And are we all jitty about Murder on the Orient Express?
There's a new Death on the Nile.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. They did Orient Express a couple of years ago.
I only know the one from 79 or 78 or...
No, they just remade it.
Oh, I don't know.
If you don't make me watch it, I might throw it in the Netflix queue for you. Maybe we can even stream it.
I don't even know.
And instead of watching old reruns of Only in America, we can actually... You can watch something and I'll go take a nap. And I don't know where I am. We'll head back over here, maybe. Ooh, Haradrim Scouts. Oh, I seem to have wandered right into the middle of a bunch of Haradrim Scouts. We will murder them. Pew-pews must die. Oh, apparently I had a quest to defeat them, so I'm glad I found this camp by accident. Too bad hobbits can't be Bjornings. You could have a bear cub. Oh, that would be totes adorb, as Balviel would say. Nice. Sealed copy of Howard the Duck. Hopefully it's sealed because you encased it in lead. There's actually a Goldilocks and the Three Bears house in-game that the devs put in as an Easter egg. And for some reason I am blanking on which region that's in. I can picture the town that it's near. Oh, I think it's... I want to say Western Rohan. And it has a gnome outside. Peek and watch. There you go. Okay, it's a VHS, so most probably can't watch it anyway. I still have my Sharp Forehead Hi-Fi VCR. I don't know that it works. Do they sell VCRs anymore? No. The Rodram threatened to overrun the crossing. Not if they're all getting electrocuted, they don't. There we go. Oh, he's up here on the small hill, if I recall. We'll go talk to him. Goofy old lady checking in. Hello, Goofy. Good to see you, dear. I even used to have a Laserdisc player. Those things were completely useless. There was a place in town that rented movies on Laserdisc, and if your other choice was VHS, the Laserdisc stuff was way higher resolution, more fidelity.
Very good, my friend.
And I think when I got the Laserdisc player, I bought it for like $50 brand new. It was just as they were dying out. I was like, yeah, I don't really need this, but I know where I can get movies and they'll look better than on VHS, so okay. Speaking of spending money unnecessarily, Sir Waffles checking in. Hey Ed, happy Friday. Hello Waffles. Singer says, I may still have an operational Panasonic VCR. It may be clunky and noisy, but it does the job. That's good. That's weird. I thought that would pop right up. Kind of glad it didn't, but I was going to show off my new toy. I'll put it in Discord. I'll give you a hint. It is airplane shaped. What's he got for me here? Blocking, parrying, evasion. Let's try evasion. I don't have enough room. I need to throw something else away. That can go.
Let us go to the meeting of the road south of Imloth Melwi.
I'm wearing those gloves. More traceries I don't need. Alright, let's just keep digging out pack space here. That's a problem. There's another difficult road for me to go find. Okay, I have to ride through here. Singer says, yes, please don't accidentally show your browser history on the official. My browser history is squeaky clean, I'll have you know.
We woke this morning to no sun, no light of day.
Her cart overturned and she lost her potatoes. Filled with photos of cheese curds? Oh, cheese curds. Oh. Ponton Finberry checking in. Hello, Ponton. And Carly Rae songs.
What strange darkness covers the sky?
You mean Carly Jepsen?
Uh-huh. Everybody knows that Call Me Maybe is my favorite song ever. Reminds me of when I was a boy crazy teenage girl. We got anything else fun planned for the weekend? We going to dinner with anybody on Sunday?
Nope, I just said Saturday.
Okay. Ooh, it's Arnok. We ride for Arnok and for glory.
I did not expect to see you again. Still on the road, eh?
Well, this isn't Harland either. This is Imlath Malui. This is a really pretty city. It's always nighttime because it's the dawnless day when you're here. But it's carved into the side of the mountain, and there's just flowers and greenery everywhere, and beautiful Gondorian architecture, and it's a pretty cool place. It's a little harder to appreciate, again, because it's always nighttime here. Well, or the dawnless day. So, call me Maggie. It's not funny, Zinger.
You bring, traveler?
Mad Maggie's nothing to joke about. She's the worst video game character ever and deserves to be deleted out of existence. So saith me. Cheese curds. How could I not sell anything? Which brings up the next point. Where the heck's the mailbox? And as pretty as this town is, it's also extremely difficult to navigate. There's hills and valleys and different roads cutting off different directions everywhere. That doesn't look like it leads anywhere. There are some services, but not all services, and they're scattered around. Did you crank up the heat, Pookie?
No, it got warm.
Still looking for mailbox, y'all. And that's why you should go VIP, everybody, so you don't have to look for mailboxes.
We woke this morning to no sun, no light of day.
Could just go back to Tomb Laden and turn in a couple of quests and use the mailbox there. And the roving threats NPC is in someplace I haven't gotten to yet. Okay, that's a problem. We got young recruits. Got random people standing around. We've got goats. Geeks Tour says, okay, 3 seconds in and no fishing. I'm upset. I need to fish. I've done all the 10 minutes except fishing. And I got to dig out some pack space. So I can vendor some stuff, but I was looking for a mailbox. Bunches of berries. This is all still that same town. This place is huge. Which might be why there's no mail. They gave up on the place. Hall of the Gentle Hand. Hello. Where's your mailbox? Sick patient. I believe this whole place to be useless to me. My bad, apologies. I will put out the Canadian, I'm sorry, and all shall be good. How are you guys holding up there, Geeks Tour? Getting crushed under heel by Justin Trudeau and his administration. They got really authoritarian for Canadians all of a sudden. Kenton Ducat says, I'm from Canada also. Although I imagine if you actually worked and lived in Ottawa, you're probably glad that they busted things up. I already came through here, no mailboxes. Okay, we'll stick with my original plan. I actually bought an extra milestone skill. Those are in a different place than your regular travel skills. Return to Tumladen. Well, that is the craziness of the international media. Trudeau has been elected and re-elected. Trudeau thankfully can't run again as corruption goes deep. Worst prime minister in Canadian history. Well, we don't get too political here on Lotro Stream. Not really what it's about, but I've talked on my own personal channel about it. Yeah, it's pretty amazing some of the stuff we've heard. I agree with that. I'm not getting into it here. Yep, no worries, Kenton Ducat. Glad you're here, and don't ever be afraid to voice an opinion, and we can all hang out on my channel tomorrow night and trash whatever politicians we want. I've said before that wanting to run for President of the United States ought to disqualify you from the job. So, yeah, I've got my opinion on all kinds of things. I'm happy to share them in the right format. But Lotro Stream is about Lord of the Rings Online, so we don't have to do it here. That's what politicians are for, someone to blame and hate.
This darkness is a weight on my mind. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Talk to a guard. Okay. There's a couple of nosy warriors running around, but none of them seem to want to talk to me. The quest arrow is pointing me right back to where I came from. Not sure what that means either. There's a guard I can talk to. He was just out wandering around.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Talk to Imladir. Okay. And Ladier's back this way. So we don't want to talk Canadian politics or politics at all, which means I should probably bring up food topics again. Okay, we've got two different Canadians in here. They obviously have varying opinions about a number of topics. What's the best poutine? What do you put on your poutine? What do you guys like? And maybe I can throw out an American version of the question. What do you have to have poutine besides French fries and gravy?
What is the meaning of this?
You thought politics was going to turn heated. We'll get these Canadians going after each other. Mary Rose says, the older I get, the more I ponder over the concerns the regular Gondorian folks had after Denethor was gone. Quebec has some amazing poutine. Hey, I think Nebraska is the best Canadian province ever. I heard it says chips and salsa here. Mary Rose, I like my French fries with nothing or dipped in mayo. Odranus checking in. I make fries and then cover them with buffalo chicken dip. No gravy, please, and that's coming from someone from Alabama. Yeah, did you hit your head or something? Why would you not want gravy? There is a Canadian TV show. It's kind of like the Canadian version of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, only it's called You Gotta Eat Here. And there's this kind of geeky dude who goes around to different restaurants and shows off their specialties, and Dabble is showing off reruns of it. I used to catch it sometimes in the morning before work. Puppet Box says Polynesian sauce for fries for me. It's possible that Kenton Ducat and Geekster don't even want to broach the subject of poutine with the great unwashed Americans. Completely understand. Mary Rose says there's an unwritten rule here that gravy is only to be on cooked meat. Oh, Geekstore says, I don't know this Canadian show. Well, it's some weird offbeat cooking show. I mean, the only reason I've seen it is because it's on at a weird time in the morning when I was getting ready for work previously. And it's in reruns here, so I don't know how long it's been off the air there. Welcome to Flavortown. I hope all Americans get to try it at least once.
Why do you interrupt me? I beg your pardon.
The lady's cunning. You know me, Geeks Tour, I wouldn't lie. It's a Canadian show. I swear it. Sir Waffle says, ooh, I haven't had it in a while, but mayo is pretty much the be-all, end-all for fries. Oh, there's one thing I can't do since I'm playing and streaming on Linux. I can't ask Cortana. Hey Cortana, what's on Poutine? My favorite fry topping are more fries. You might be onto something with that, Zinger. Is it out of Winnipeg? I honestly don't know. It's time to consult the Book of Knowledge. Wikipedia.org. Alright, let's start with You Gotta Eat Here. You Gotta Eat Here is a Canadian food television series that premiered in January of 2012 on Food Network Canada. Produced by Lone Eagle Entertainment, the program was hosted by comedian John Catucci. The show featured Catucci on a tour to discover great restaurants. There's a joke in the movie Dodgeball about, we're going to separate the awkwardly feminine from the possibly Canadian. Yeah, that kind of describes Catucci. He visited restaurants ranging from greasy spoons to legendary locations to taste the food that made them famous and to meet the characters that make them institutions. Catucci also explored the kitchens to reveal their signature recipes. Most episodes focused on restaurants in Canada or the United States, although Catucci sometimes visited restaurants in Europe for special themed episodes. The series won 2 Canadian Screen Awards for Best Lifestyle or Talk Program or Series and Best Direction in a Lifestyle Practical Information Program or Series at the 2nd Canadian Screen Awards in 2014. It also garnered nominations at the 3rd Canadian Screen Awards in 2015, same categories. On June 15, 2017, Food Network Canada announced the cancellation of the series after 5 seasons. In 2019, Catucci launched the new series Big Food Bucket List, which I haven't seen. So that's that. Poutine is a Canadian dish of French fries and cheese curds topped with brown gravy. So there's your basic definition: fries, cheese, gravy. It emerged in Quebec, Canada in the late 1950s in a region that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Actually, it's probably Centre du Quebec. I'm butchering it anyway. Though its origins are uncertain and there are several competing claims regarding its invention. For many years it was perceived negatively and mocked, and even used by some to stigmatize Quebec society. Poutine later became celebrated as a symbol of Quebec culture in the province of Quebec. It's long been associated with Quebec cuisine, and its rise in prominence has led to popularity throughout the rest of Canada, in northern United States and internationally. Annual Poutine celebrations occur in Montreal, Quebec City, and Drummondville, as well as Toronto, Ottawa, New Hampshire, and Chicago. It's been called Canada's national dish, although some believe this labeling represents cultural appropriation of Quebec's national identity. Many variations on the original recipe are popular, leading to some to suggest that poutine has emerged as a new dish clarification in its own right, or classification, as well as with sandwiches and dumplings. There you go. So lots and lots more information, but the original was cheese curds, French fries, and brown gravy, which sounds just fine by itself. Fail. Extended the chain talking to myself. Oh, Dranis, you're fine. We just were talking about poutine. Very well. Still house hunting. I'm thinking we might end up building after some of these bidding events. Yeah, housing market's tough. The car market's tough. It's a seller's market. If he doesn't have white spiked hair, is he really a food show host? I believe he is. Well, he had a 5-season run. That ain't bad. That's a lot of info. I can't take credit, Geeks Tour. It was all wiki. But yeah, as much as Americans love fries, I'm kind of surprised poutine's not more common down here. I know in the Pacific Northwest, probably in Michigan, it's popular. Probably Buffalo, New York, any place close to Canada. But, we do chili cheese fries. That's about as poutine-ish as we get. I'm even thinking of like Culver's and Freddy's, these fast food places that have fries and cheese curds on the menu. And they probably have brown gravy, and it's just like, just put it together. You've already got the ingredients, and it gives you a whole new dish to sell. That's the stuff that drives you crazy. Like, I'm a big fan of the Taco Bravo from Taco John's. It's a crispy hard shell taco with a bean-smeared tortilla wrapped around the hard shell. So when you bite into it and the hard shell cracks and breaks, the taco doesn't fall apart. It's brilliant. Somebody should have gotten a Nobel Prize for that. And then Taco Bell copied it, and they came out with their double-decker taco. They took the double-decker taco off the menu. It's like, you guys already have all the crap to make this. Why would you take it off the menu? It drives you crazy. And if you try ordering a double-decker taco, they're like, well, we can still make it for you. Well, they charge you for a full hard-shell taco and then a full bean burrito. It's like, well, I didn't want to pay $6 for a double-decker taco, you idiot. Oh, I'm sorry. That's how we have to ring it up. Alright, what are we going to go do? I think we're going to go fight some people. Kenton Ducat says, have a great night all. Enjoy the weekend. Kenton, thanks for checking in. And, yeah, hopefully we're going to talk to you again soon. Take care.
As well as tidings that might assuage her fears of her brother's fate.
Well, Geekster says, yeah, it sneaks across the border. Like down south, you folks get the Mexican. See, that's the thing, though. Mexican food, much like Mexicans, is swept completely across the United States. There's no place you can go in the United States and not find maybe a bad version of Mexican food, but there's Mexican restaurants everywhere. Nebraska and Omaha in particular, big livestock town, meat packing plants. We've had a lot of Latin American immigration here to take those jobs as other groups have moved out of them. We have a Latino museum. There's a South Omaha. There's a Latinx district that's full of really good, authentic Mexican restaurants. I had lunch at a Nicaraguan and Salvadorian restaurant today. Grilled pork with beans and rice, fried plantains. It was delicious, and they have Coke Zero on fountain. My boss is Salvadorian, and her parents immigrated here. I think she was American born and raised. But Tuesday was Taco Tuesday, Tuesday, TWO, because of the 2/22/22. And one of the guys at work basically talked her into going out and getting tacos for everybody from this place called Abelardo's. I got 3 of the beef tongue tacos. They were terrific, by the way. It's just, that's what I'm saying, is the proximity. Quebec's probably closer than Mexico City to Nebraska, and I don't know where I could go get poutine. I'm sure there's a couple of bars or places that have poutine on the menu. But it's just not prevalent here, and there's no reason for it not to be. Geekster says, I like the term idiot, so basic and yet hits home. This is why I check in when Ed streams. We just don't know what he will talk about. That's just part of the fun, is hanging out with you guys and talking about whatever comes to mind, whether it be poutine or computer hardware or whatever else we just feel like chatting about. Freelancer says, can't like poutine because I like fried. I like Coke Zero. Yeah, we can talk about essences. Those are two of Zinger's favorite topics, is computer hardware news and essences. Oh, this is Denethor's sister. I thought this was... That was a crisp opening. Thank you, Puppet Box. Eating poutine in a data center is the essence of life. Drippy cheese is awesome. So Angbor is just basically telling Lady Tyrannus, Denethor's sister, about Aragorn's victories at Linhir and Pelargir, swearing her to secrecy. That's the gist of the conversation. Drippy cheese is awesome. Sorry. Never apologize for loving Drippy Cheese, Geeks Tour.
I beg your pardon. Why do you interrupt me?
No word from
Why do you
Minas
interrupt
Tirith.
me?
Missing courier. Shrieking a defense.
I beg your pardon.
Scold guards spreading rumors.
What is the meaning of this?
Slithering upland. Defeat Haradrim scouts. Near Minlos. Alright, we can do that. Hopefully that was not audible. Just don't even want that stuff. Where can I find a guard spreading rumors? Bad guard. Trying to chat up the ladies, spreading the rumors. And to call him out for his nonsense. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, son. So here's a question for the American viewers tonight. If America's version is chili cheese fries, is that something you guys order, or do you prefer your French fries a little more plain? Maybe with just a little something to dip them in. I like chili and cheese, and I like fries, but I myself don't tend to order chili cheese fries. They don't sound bad, but I just don't get them. Ginger says, just plain for me. Nope, if I want cheese, I go for nachos. I do loaded usually. Sour cream, cheese, chives, bacon, dipped in ranch. That sounds good. Puppet Box says chili cheese fries are one of those maybe once a year dishes that are good rarely, but not an all the time type item. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's a really heavy snack without being quite a meal. That's what's nice about nachos, like Mary Rose was saying. You can actually just make a meal out of a good plate of nachos. In fact, I thought about doing that Tuesday. I was going to order the super nachos, and I was like, now it's Taco Tuesday. Gotta do tacos. And then Thursday, I turned right around and went to Taco John's, because that's the day my Taco Bravos are half price. So... okay, we got a missing courier to go find. And Herodrum scout to murder. Ponton sometimes orders garlic cheese fries. They're like garlic parmesan fries or truffle fries. And if you ask about a chili dog, heck yes. Yeah, I eat those a little more frequently. Although I don't eat a ton of those. That's maybe a 3 or 4 times a year food. Hardit says, Taco Tuesday, 2 days in a row. No, there was a day in between. What did I eat for lunch Wednesday? Great question. What did I eat for lunch Wednesday? It's been super butt cheese cold all week. I just remember thinking I don't want to have to go out and get lunch. Today it was the Nicaraguan restaurant, and that's always super yummy. Yesterday was the tacos. Simple enough question, you'd think I'd remember. What did Ed eat on Wednesday? I hope it was something good. I was complaining earlier that Mrs. Mustafa fed me macaroni and cheese with tuna like Monday and Wednesday night for dinner, and it was like, really? She just didn't feel like cooking, and then she made hamburger helper Tuesday night. And then Thursday night she made pasta and shrimp, and I was like, isn't that basically macaroni and cheese and tuna? So I've been getting a lot of low quality pasta and seafood. Although canned tuna is seafood, there's a bit of a stretch. So dinner's been a little rough this week. Mrs. Mustafa's been watching a lot of America's Test Kitchen. It hasn't been rubbing off on her cooking skills at all, or her ambitions to cook something better. Alright, the missing couriers down here. Oh, a Google search did find one restaurant in the Phoenix area with poutine. Cool. Yesterday for dinner, made chili rellenos. I love chili rellenos. Birmingham, my favorite garlic cheese fries are sold out of a Mexican restaurant. It was a weird find. That's cool. And I still can't remember what I had for lunch Wednesday. It'll hit me like 10 minutes from now. I'll just blurt it out. Darn the Sonorian Scarn, it's very distracting. Fallen rider and a horse in the distance. Colwich 1066 says, I like fries, but I usually get onion rings since I like those better. Mrs. Mustafa's not supposed to be eating potatoes. Too much potassium, so she's been big on onion rings for a while. It fills her desire for fried crap without overloading her with potassium. It's a good thing. The heck made that noise? Generally fry them in an egg batter stuffed with cheese and pepper. It's very good. And I've discovered Milnos, or Minlos. APUs must die. I've defended the bridge. Alright, bridge defended. Remind me to not ride through there again anytime soon.
Why do you interrupt me? Why do you interrupt me? What is the meaning of this?
Talk to Angbor near the crossing.
What is the meaning of this?
We ride for the crossing and for glory.
Gondor needs your aid.
Alright, I think I've got enough pack slots. Well,
Gondor needs your aid.
Forgot to clear out the overflow loot. Oh good, there's not that much of it. It's time to fish. Let's hope this fountain is fishable. It is. Excelsior! A 112 gig patch. Wow. That is harsh. 15-pound salmon. A carp. Yep. Doggone it, Ed. That's why it's best to not use the mouse to fish. I like to drag my fishing skill down and just put it on the #1 spot. And I can just hang back and tap one. Even during the dawnless day, I'm glad they've given some poor sap the job of filling up a fountain with fish. Ooh, a starry sturgeon. A largemouth bass. We'll put the starry sturgeon back in the fountain, Singer. A pike, another largemouth bass. Yeah, it's a catch and release fountain, exactly. And a third largemouth bass. So I got 4 gold worth of fish, and I'm ready to move on. Somewhere I have a legendary weapon. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. So we have done all 5 Tedmets tonight. Thou shalt fish, thou shalt sort thy inventory, thou shalt do task item turn-ins, thou shalt... Oh, I haven't crafted yet. The thing about it, Zinger, it's worth stocking the fountain even during a time of war, because having good quality fishing areas available is important for tourism, and it's vital to their economy. And morale. Good point, Odranus. We're traveling south. Nothing like putting on the waders and standing in the city square fountain. Exactly. You have arrived at Halak, but it lies in ruin. This place is jacked up.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies. What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
So, Ed, any chance of you buying Elden Ring to stream on the personal stream? I'll check it out. I hadn't really been following the game development much, but now that it's out, I made the comment earlier I'd be kind of interested in maybe watching some other folks stream it this weekend. See what it's about. My instinct was to pass on New World, and that turned out to be pretty good instincts. Actually downloaded Lost Ark and thought I might try playing and streaming that on Linux. And then it turned out that they use easy anti-cheat, and it's not compatible. So I've been playing and streaming Lotro on Linux, and I've been playing and streaming Witcher 3. I mean, I don't have to play and stream everything on Linux. I just thought with Lost Ark being kind of a cross between an MMO and an action RPG, it might be something fun to play, something a little different, but if and when I try Lost Ark, I'll have to download it onto Windows. And it was big enough that the idea of going out and downloading it again right after I just downloaded it was like, eh. So, we'll see. But, yeah, Elden Ring, There's been a lot of marketing hype around it, so we'll see if it lives up to it, and people are playing it and having fun with it. Great. And
there's naught but ill omens these days. There's naught but ill omens these days.
Thieves of Harad. Hello, thieves. They're struggling with the optimization on PC right now, though. Yeah, I generally don't pre-order stuff and don't get too excited about the hype. You know, otherwise I might be sitting around waiting for Cyberpunk to work. Which apparently that game is coming along nicely. So I'm sure they'll get Elden Ring ironed out. But, yeah, I at least wouldn't mind taking a look at it, seeing what it's about. I've talked about it before, and again, my opinions are my own and do not necessarily reflect those of Standing Stone Games. But I knew New World was probably going to be trouble when I was like, yeah, so what's it about? What's the storyline? And it's an RPG, right? And the only thing I got back from my friends was, well, you can join a faction and, control territory so that you can harvest rare crafting material. It's like, that's not an RPG. So, yeah, I'd mentioned at the beginning of the stream, one of the things that just got me interested in Twitch in the first place was the idea that I could go out and actually watch people playing a brand new game and see how they're liking it and whether or not it looked fun before I plop down 40, 50, 60 bucks. And that's a core benefit of being here, and one we should all be taking advantage of regularly. If somebody else wants to roll the dice on a new game, great. I'll wait till week 2 to own it. You know, the old concern used to be, well, what if I can't find a copy? And it's like with digital distribution, it's not like they're going to sell out of copies of a game. That's why I'm still free to play on Lotro. Yeah, I'm concerned about how the game will turn out eventually, so I kind of want to wait till year 20, then I might think about subscribing.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies. What has become of our lords in the east,
Search the crossing of Eru for sign of the lady. We ride for the crossing and for glory. Haradrim Woodworkers. Burn bridge rafts near the Eru. Kasota wrecked me earlier. I am not fighting Kasota again. Nice try though, game. Goofy Old Lady says, I've heard some people do not like it and some do. FCG likes the game. Oh, French Girl Gaming? That's kind of funny. I was watching her play Lost Ark if he's already jumped over to Elden Ring. I don't know if that bodes well for Lost Ark. Maybe she just likes to try all the new RPGs. That's okay too. Recover stolen goods from Haradrim archers. Okay, where are the Haradrim archers? Out here just east of town. Down by the river. She likes to try games out. That's cool. Oh wait, we're on the official. Never mind. Ugh. No, that's okay. It's not like we can't talk about the fact that other games exist. We're staying Lotro focused. Lotro and Poutine focused anyway. I gotta loot these dudes' bodies. Fair enough. Put those skills back. Poutine is heading out. Poutine, have a great night. Hopefully we'll talk to you again this weekend. Oh, how rude interrupting you. Nah, you're fine. I'm married. I'm used to people not listening to anything I say. People named Mrs. Mustafa anyway. Oh, there's those bridge rafts I need to destroy. See, I said Poutine and you tried to type Pontin and it came out Potin. I knew there was more scarring over here. Poutine Finberry? That sounds delicious. Needs correct spooling anywho. did not make it. You have found a missive and should now examine it. The missive tells of a great host gathering within the ruins of Osgiliath. A great host, you say? How am I still missing a bridge raft? I think I remember being miffed that I had to find one in the tall weeds down here. Why would they hide it there? Yep, there it is. All right. That is a good deal. So let's get to the crossing. Wait, there's Skarn. This Haradrim's been slain. I think this is the crazy sister. Witness the rage of the lone lady. Recover the armor of the Kinstrife warriors. Well, can I loot these guys then? Nope, those two disappeared. Okay, there's one set. This would have been a good place to fish, except you can't switch weapons. Boy, I hope they get that fixed. Man, was that a stupid idea. Yeah, let's make it so if you get attacked while you're fishing, you can't draw a sword. Where he ran off to. Come on, I need one more. This is Bullpucky. Odrana says, establish dominance by whooping them with the fishing pole. Oh good, there's more of these idiots down here. So back to Hollock we go. Oh, everybody's this direction anyway. Okay. That dog'll hunt. Singer said, though I'm no codemaster, it might not even be that hard. Just remove fishing poles as an actual item and make them passive. Ginger's off to bed. Have fun, all. Ginger, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you putting up with me tonight. I know that you have your choice of many streamers to choose from, and I appreciate you choosing me. And though many would argue that makes your judgment somewhat questionable.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies. Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies. What has
Seek
become of
the
our lords in the
maidens.
east, I wonder?
There's naught but ill omens these days. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Yep, I need to be one dock over.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
I feel like I should have more quests. Forsaken of the Sisters. Need to get to Harland. That's probably about it. Roving Threats, Old Honorian. I guess that pretty well covers it for now. Alright. There we go. We will get our crafting done, and that is the 5th tegment. Remember that to keep your crafting leveled up, it's pretty much like eating an elephant. You just got to do it one bite at a time. You don't have to, you know, kill yourself to get crafting done, but if you just, every time you're on the character, knock out a little bit, you'll get your levels. Easy peasy. Now, technically, by doing the Balkanorian recipe, I gave up a lot of XP. This is worth 8 each, and I only got 37 experience for doing that, but it's like, eh. Why die of old age waiting for crafting to finish up, am I right? I know I'm not wrong. We'll send Gore some goodies. I'm going to take it for granted Zinger, who is also a scholar, probably doesn't need scholar material. I would hope, Zinger, you'd let me know if you did need anything. Rip it off like a band-aid and max your crafters when they're still level 20. Exactly. Even though after a certain point all the recipes are rep gated anyway.
What news do you bring, traveler?
I don't know. What do we want to put away? Oh, these hides. Singer says, "Yup, I'm good for now, thanks." I'm delighted to hear it. I had a feeling you're getting a little more solo time than Gore. He's not finding any crafting materials in Escape from Tarkov, and I think it might be holding him back. Alright, inventory sorted. I have crafted, I have fished, I've done task item turn-ins. I have eaten a whole bowl of Cheez-Its on camera. These are the last of the Cheez-Its. I'm dangerously low on Coke Zero. And that, boys and girls, tells me it is time for me to fly. You know the rules. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Let's go show another Lotro streamer some love. We've got Professor Teacher G streaming. We've got El Galadwin streaming, and since she is a stream team member, let's go raid her. If you guys want to go say hi to Professor Teacher G, totally cool. She's a great streamer also. I will be on my own personal channel this weekend. You can check me out at twitch.tv Big Ed Mustafa. Anyway, let's go show El Galadwin some love. Throw her a follow if you're not already doing so, and I'll talk to y'all soon.